Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot, what's your speed?
About 130 true.
Okay, no slower than that. I gotta keep you fast. I'm hooking you up here. Yeah, don't go any slower than that.
We'll keep it up as high, Charlie Foxtrot.
In my last video, I shared the very first IFR flight I did on my own after getting my rating, including a bit of a tense approach into Teterboro when the controllers kept telling me,
"Must go faster."
But in the end, it actually went pretty smoothly, and I got to Teterboro without much problem, thanks to the controllers working me in with the much faster jets that crowd Teterboro like tourists at Times Square. After 2 days in New York City for some meetings and a conference, it was time to head home. The planning for the return flight wasn't quite as easy as the flight down. It was forecast to be IMC for most of the flight, and I was going to have to keep a sharp eye on the outside air temperature to make sure icing didn't become an issue. Departing in the middle of all these jets was sure to be easier than getting in, right? First though, I had to get my RFR clearance and familiarize myself with the SID, or Standard Instrument Departure, for the airport.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, clear to Charlie Yankee Oscar Oscar Airport via the Rudy 6 departure, radar vector Sierra, Bravo Juliet, Victor 6, Foxtrot Juliet Charlie, Tango 221, then as filed, climb via SID, expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 119.2, squawk 3372.
Cleared to Charlie Yankee Oscar Oscar via Rudy 6 departure, Sierra Bravo Juliet, Victor 6, Foxtrot Juliet Charlie, Tango 221, then as filed. Follow the SID, cleared to 6,000 feet 10 minutes after departure. 119.2 departure frequency, squawk 3372, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, I just verify on departure, climb via SID, and expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure.
Climb via SID, expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Go straight ahead to 520 feet, then turn towards Davin, cross Wentz at 1,500 feet. Maintain 2,000. Okay.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, contact New York departure on 119.2. Have a good day.
119 over to you, have a good day, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. New York, it's Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey through 600 feet.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, New York departure. Good morning, radar contact. Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, climb maintain 4,000.
Climb maintain 4,000, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Other than a little traffic and a minor correction from ATC, the departure went smoothly, and before I knew it, the controller was redirecting me so I could skip a few legs from the SID and shorten the journey a bit.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, turn left direct to Solberg.
Turn left direct Solberg, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Before long, I was out of the New York airspace and being passed over to Allentown, where I had a bit of a flashback to the flight down with the controller mistaking my aircraft type.
Allentown is Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, level 4,000.
Comanche, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Allentown approach, Allentown altimeter 29906, expect higher in 11 miles.
Copy that, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Normally I wouldn't mind being mistaken for a Comanche, but after being told to fly faster because the controller thought I was a Bonanza, I didn't relish repeating that experience. Luckily, the controller caught the mix-up himself.
And I'm sorry, Sierra Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, I'm calling you a Piper.
No problem, Charlie Fox Whiskey. Starting to rain a little bit. Clouds up ahead.
Navajo 166, do you have outside air temp?
I'm reading 9 degrees.
Navajo 166, thank you. Navajo 166, safe flight conditions otherwise.
Flight conditions, I'm in IMC right now. Looks like there could be some light layers up ahead, maybe about 3 or 5 miles up ahead, where it might get a little less precip, but I am in precipitation now.
Navajo 166, any turbulence?
Very light turbulence.
Navajo 166, thank you. Area of heavy precipitation, 3 miles north of Pottstown VOR. The area is 2 miles in diameter. Contact Philadelphia approach 133.87, 3387. Take care.
3387, have a good day.
Okay, come on. Eyes in. Getting into the soup here, looks like. And I can still see the ground. There's a golf course down there. But have to be ready for it to be IMC any moment. I mean, technically it probably is because of visibility.
Pretty soon after that, I was into the soup myself. My first time flying an IMC on my own. So far it was pretty much a non-event, and I actually found it less difficult than flying with foggles on.
Entered IMC at 10:25 a.m.
Sierra Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, contact wilkes-barre approach 120.905. Take care.
Over to 120.905, take care, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
A couple of things really helped make it go more smoothly. First, for good chunks of the flight, I was in between cloud layers. So although it was IMC, it didn't feel quite as closed in as it does inside a cloud. And second, ATC was amazing at helping me avoid precipitation as much as possible.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, area of light and moderate precip. Alter my airspace. Looks like you'll be exiting it at about 10 miles and then 25 miles past that it starts up again with the moderate stuff ending at about 50, 60 miles.
Copy that, thank you, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Having SiriusXM through my Garmin GDL52 was also helpful. With all the usual caveats about not relying on it to thread your way through thunderstorms, it is nice to be able to see where the pockets of rain were and where they seem to be heading. Between that and ATC giving me vectors, I was feeling pretty good about things.
Looks like we've got some precipitation coming up ahead. I mean, this is delayed, but he did tell me we'll get a break in it about 5 minutes, and then another 25 miles later should get off of about 50 miles of light to moderate precip, he said. As long as there's no thunder and lightning. Everything's kind of moving this way, so I don't like that. Doot, doot, doot. I'll see how that does.
My main concern though was keeping an eye on the outside air temperature and frequently checking to make sure I wasn't getting any ice buildup.
Keep an eagle eye on that temperature gauge, come on.
Thankfully the temps were staying at about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius, even at 6,000 feet. So far so good. I have to say I am so glad that I was able to get probably 6 or 7 hours of actual IMC time during my instrument training. I've heard of so many pilots who get their instrument ratings without ever actually getting to experience IMC because they did their training in some dry, sunny place like Arizona, where there's almost never any clouds. Here in Toronto though, we get IMC pretty frequently, and I got to experience it a fair bit with my instructor sitting next to me. So punching into the clouds on this flight was no big deal for me mentally, because I knew what it would feel like. I can't imagine having to do this for the first time alone without ever having experienced being in whiteout conditions in a cloud. I did a video series on my instrument training, and there's one video where I talk about learning to fly approaches in actual IMC. I'll put a link to it up in the corner in case you want to check it out.
Back up to 8 degrees outside, that's nice.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey showing an area of moderate precipitation from here 11 to 1 o'clock in 6 miles, about 5 miles wide, moving east. Let me know if you want vectors around it.
Thanks, yeah, I'll take vectors around to the west.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, turn left heading 315.
left 315, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Alright, there's a little bit of moderate precipitation to the north of me, so ATC has routed me around slightly to the west. Now I seem to be heading straight for this big pocket over Buffalo, and it seems to have little bits of heavy precip in it, so hopefully it's an hour away, so hopefully it's either hour and 15 minutes away. So hopefully it either lightens up a little bit or they correct me around that too. I do not want to be going through heavy precip.
As I got closer to Rochester, Buffalo, and that large system hanging out there, ATC jumped in with some more guidance and talked me through my options. That, combined with the radar returns on ForeFlight, were a huge help in making me feel more comfortable flying through that system.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, area of light to moderate, actually light to heavy precipitation, 12 o'clock, extends about 50 miles on both your right and left sides.
Copy that. It's possible to get vectors maybe south and west of that.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, I could try and get you slightly south. There seems to be a hole. Turn disregard.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey is a pretty large system. It's covering up our entire airspace. To get around it, you'd have to fly about 70 miles west.
Gotcha. Are you getting any reports of turbulence in there?
No reports of turbulence, just light to moderate precipitation. If you see anything that you would like to avoid, we can just kind of bob and weave through this.
Copy that, thanks. I'll keep it on setting for now. Thank you, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, do you have weather radar on board?
I have Sirius XM weather.
Roger.
And ATC kept doing what they could to keep an eye out for me.
Piedmont 6103, safe flight conditions.
IMC right now currently smooth and not bad.
Roger.
Not bad. What does that mean?
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Embraer 145 reported smooth flight conditions at 4,500 on their climb out.
Copy that. Thank you, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, about 25 miles northwest of your position at Embraer 145 reported light to moderate turbulence at 6,000.
Copy that. Can I get down to 4,000?
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
I cannot say enough good things about these air traffic controllers. They're such a big help, and they really seem to keep an extra eye out for us little guys out there.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey should be getting into the moderate precipitation now. That's going to be intermittent between moderates and light for the next 45 miles. After that, you should be clear.
Copy that, thanks. I'm in it now. Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Might even be less than 45 miles because it's heading southeastbound towards you.
Before much longer, I was past Buffalo, and it was time to start preparing for the approach into the Oshawa airport.
Toronto Center, it's Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, level at 4,000.
Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Toronto, good day. Identified plan RNAV runway 30 at Oshawa, ATIS Oscar, altimeter 2977.
For RNAV 30, and I have Oscar, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
At Charlie Fox Whiskey, Roger, you can proceed direct to Kevco or Newdid, your choice.
I'll go direct Kevco, thanks, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Roger.
Okay, so, that's briefly played because I know where I'm going to get. Alright, at Kevco, I want to be at 3,100 feet at least. And I don't want to drop down, but I will if I'm in the clouds and temperatures below 2. Alright, so it's going to be a slight right turn probably to heading at 032. And a left at Newdid. And then I can start the descent. I can even stay at 4,000 Newdid if I wanted to. Now, that might be a little bit high. I'll do like 3,700. And slowly descending, 2100 at the final approach waypoint. Continue on. Minimums are 696, assuming I have LPV. There's 250 above ground, above threshold. Missed approaches climb straight out on track of 302 to 3100 to Burbank.
By the time I was crossing back over Lake Ontario, the clouds had really begun to break up, and it was looking like my approach into Oshawa might actually be VMC. As it turned out, I actually ended up in and out of the clouds a bit during final, but I broke out of the clouds for good about 1,500 feet above the airport elevation. After the hour and 3/4 that I'd spent surrounded by the white stuff, I couldn't have been happier to see that big beautiful ground coming up to meet me. My first IMC flight had been a success. I'd learned a bunch and built a lot of confidence in my ability to handle IMC. With the weather warming up, I'm hoping my next IMC flight won't be quite so touch and go in terms of having to avoid icing, but I know I'll be able to do the planning and handle not seeing anything around the plane no problem. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one, and in the meantime, fly safe.